So there's been a bit of talk in the last couple days about this Gamergate terrorist by certain groups, journalists. And I'm going to discuss that today because I've noticed a lot of things said about this person or directed about this person that are, quite honestly, fabrications of reality. I have not seen any articles tying him to Gamergate. I have seen one article that referenced him as well as Gamergate, but as of right now, I haven't officially seen any full articles officially associating him with Gamergate. However, I have seen several different journalists and members of the media on social media associate him with Gamergate. I don't care if it's just social media. If you are a member of the journalist press or the media or what have you, and you make a firm assertion that he is the Gamergate terrorist, that is the same thing as saying it in an article. And that is a bold-faced lie at this point. And it's not that this is just something that recently came to light. These are the things that I will be referencing were found just several hours after this person was arrested. And they are still being said today. So you can kind of see why this might be an issue. So first of all, the idea that he is a Gamergate terrorist, and by the way, I'm just going to refer to this person as Goldberg from here on. That's his last name, and it's going to be a whole lot easier for me to just do that. So the reason Goldberg is referred to as the Gamergate terrorist is because one of his personas, which he had many of, was affiliated in some way with Gamergate, supported Gamergate, said a few things in the Gamergate hashtag, etc. Didn't do anything, just said some stuff and shared opinions. The last tweet from that account, February, so it's 6 months old. In just these several hours after his arrest, it was found that he had at least 24 different accounts. I might be out of date by the time I'm saying this. There may be even more. I'm not sure. But there were at least 24, all different personas, each one in support of a certain group that fit with that persona, a lot of them contradicting each other, a lot of them in direct opposition to each other. There were even some that had confrontations with each other. So this guy was all across the board. Which leads me to my first point. How can you say with any level of certainty what this person was affiliated with or who this person was affiliated with when he has so many different personas and accounts spread across the vast spectrum of everything? You can't. You cannot. If you say he is with one group, you're bullshitting. Because there is no way to tell. The funniest part, and this leads me to my second point, is that from what I've seen of all of his accounts, the most high-profile one, or at least one of the most high-profile ones, has actually authored at least one piece for several different publications. That's right. As far as I'm aware right now, the most high-profile persona that this Goldberg guy created was an author that gave at least one piece, and these were all different pieces to each publication, by the way, to several different publications. And yet, that persona is rarely ever mentioned. You would think if they were going off of anything, they would go off of the most high-profile one. But I, once again, stress, I do not associate this person with anyone or anything but himself, because he was so all over the place. I think, and I can say this with a fair degree of certainty, that he was doing this for shits and giggles, because he enjoys fucking with people. I don't get it myself, and I don't agree with it at all. I don't understand why he would do it in the first place, and that is something that's in his own mind, and I'd rather not touch that. Thank you. But the third point I would like to heavily emphasize, let me play devil's advocate for a moment. Let me say that his Gamergate account was his true persona, and that one actually was how he felt in reality, and that was the closest to him of all of the personas that he created. He got arrested for terrorism. Good. Fuck him. Let him rot. If he gets arrested for making, I believe it was either a bomb threat or discussions of how to make bombs, he deserves to be in jail. I don't care if his opinions agreed with mine or not. If you do that kind of shit, off you go. I am glad he's gone. And I think that a lot of people in Gamergate, if you ask them, would say the exact same thing. Fuck him. At the end of the day, though, we have no idea what his motivations were, who he was, anything. Nobody does. Only he does. And there are some parts of me that think that after building so many different personas and keeping up with them for so long, that not even he knows what is going on in his own mind anymore. I don't know why I need to even explain this in the first place, but the fact that I've seen journalists say that he is the Gamergate terrorist with such certainty is an insulting fabrication that matches no reality at all. And it is insane that that can happen. This has been Math Machine, ranting against the crazies that are the media at large. Peace out.